We're going to be taking a look at hidden gems for all 32 NFL teams. And the first episode we're going to be doing is the Miami Dolphins, who I think is going to really surprise a lot of people this upcoming preseason and offseason. And I think some of the obvious answers would be like an Xavier Howard or Devontae Parker. But I want to talk about somebody who's had a really last two really good and surprising off seasons. I think it's surprised a lot of people that he's made the roster this many times, and that is wide receiver Rashawn Scott. When you look at Rashawn Scott's career, it's really interesting because coming out of the University of Miami, he had a ton of injuries. So he couldn't put together a ton of tape. He couldn't put together a ton of production. He really couldn't live up to his full potential. So that really hurt him coming out of college. But if he could stay healthy, it really makes you wonder what Rashawn Scott would have looked like and what he could do right away coming into the NFL, because he has a ton of talent. For somebody who's 6'2", he's super athletic. I mean, the man is super athletic. When he played good competition, he played great against good competition. He did not disappear. The things that really hurt Rashawn Scott in his career is injuries, because he was such a raw prospect coming out of college because of the injuries. We haven't seen a lot of Rashawn Scott. We've just seen flashes of potential. Some of the negatives of Rashawn Scott, he doesn't have good hands. At least in college, he did not have good hands. And injuries, that's it. But I think injuries really played to his benefit, because if he can stay healthy, I think he has real potential to get some playing time, which is kind of funny because I've been talking about the Dolphins receivers a lot. But the things that he's been doing this offseason is really telling. When you look at some of the things that Adam Gase is saying about him, how he's really worked hard, he's looked really good, and that led to him being activated off the practice squad last season when Devontae Parker hurt his back. He actually outplayed Leonte Carroo last season on this last past offseason. So if he can do that again, he has a real chance of making the roster. Like I said, he has a ton of potential to be a really good receiver on the next level. It's going to be interesting to see how along he has come. He's impressed a ton of the Dolphins coaches for 2 years now. So it's going to be interesting to see how well and how far he's come this preseason. Another thing I would say about Rashawn Scott is because of how deep the Dolphins receiver core is. Like I said, you see the three headliners, Devontae Parker, Kenny Stills, and Jarvis Landry, and then you look at what behind them, you have Jakeem Grant, Isaiah Ford, and Leonte Carroo. Now you have Rashawn Scott. Rashawn Scott still has made a name for himself among all of those really good players. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can crack that rotation. I think some of the ways the Dolphins could really use him is in the red zone, is on third down. I think he reminds me of a little bit of Andre Holmes from the Oakland Raiders because of that size and speed. He can be a red zone threat in our offense. So there's a lot of things to like about Rashawn Scott. It's going to be interesting to see how far along he has come in his development. Now, that's going to be it, guys. I am Skaggs1383. The next episode of this series will upload on Friday. Let me know who you guys think is the hidden gem of the Miami Dolphins roster, and I will see you guys in the next one.